from their soul. Mother and daughter relationships are so important, and that's why we're inviting you to come join us May 13th and 14th for 2 shows of Like Mother, Like Daughter, Like Me, a musical comedy. You're going to watch mothers and daughters travel through a journey of truth, love, and forgiveness. The shows again are Saturday and Sunday, May 13th and 14th at Abundant Love Ministries. The address is 32B Germain Drive in Wilmington, Delaware, and the pastor is Pastor Sadie Brunson. The 2 shows are going to be phenomenal. You can find tickets online at jwrightmiddleton.com, or you can find me on Facebook at jwrightmiddleton. We want to see you there. Thank you. God bless.
The program, everyone. You were just watching a promo for the new play, Like Mother, Like Daughter, Like Me, written by J. Wright Middleton. We've been joined. Thank you so much for coming on the program. Sorry about the reach. I'm not sure what's going on there. Hi, Herb.
Hi.
Thanks for joining.
I'm glad to be here.
So tell us about the play.
Well, Like Mother, Like Daughter, Like Me is the story of, you're watching this journey of a mother, a daughter, and a grandmother going through truth, love, and forgiveness. So basically, it's like this generational, I don't want to call it a curse, behavior that has been passed down concerning the opposite sex and just how you handle yourself as a woman. And the daughter now has just graduated high school, and she's getting ready to go off to college, and she's getting ready for her party, and this big blow up happens in the house, where she's finding out about why her dad is not there, why her mother is jealous of her, the love that was missed from the mother, from her father, and the grandmother from her father. So it's a true, real relative story, but we do it with comedy and music, and so it's really good.
You had a question first.
Okay. So what touched you to write this play?
I'm a big advocate for mother-daughter relationships. I lost my mother when I was 17, and when I turned 30, I realized what her life was like and why she made some of the decisions that she made. And I just feel like that if daughters can get insight into their mothers, and if mothers can be honest with their daughters, that we can heal the relationships, and it will affect our communities in a better way. It'll affect our families in a better way, and it'll just be a healthy relationship for those who don't have healthy mother-daughter relationships. And being the mother of daughters myself. So.
Now, when I first heard the title, the first thing came to my mind was the daughter and the mother was getting lessons from the grandmother.
No.
But it sounds like it's lessons being from each one of them.
Yeah, it is. It is. The grandmother is learning lessons, and the mother is learning lessons, and so is the daughter. And they're learning them from each other through honest communication. And this is only happening because of the daughter pressing issues. You know, she has questions, and she wants answers. And a lot of times, as a daughter, we don't ask our mothers questions about their lives, what their growing up was like, what their relationships were like. We just kind of take them for who they are. We see them as these perfect people or strong people, or either we judge them irrelevant, but we never really get to see them as a person or ask questions as a person. So everybody's learning a lesson in this production.
Yeah, you've had this production in the past before, right? So you have a frame of reference as far as emotions and experiences that it brings up from the audience. Tell me about that.
Again, I think, like I said before, we have people in the audience crying.
Listen, I was editing crying, okay?
Yeah, we have people, and they laugh, a lot of laughter. We have a character, Duchess, that people love this character because she's just so, says whatever it is that, she's the hip grandmother. But people just really, it opens a conversation for them to have with their mother or their mother figure, and just I think it provides a safe platform for them to be able to, hey, let's talk about whatever it is that we haven't talked about. Let's have this. So people enjoy it. They enjoy it.
Herb, you have any thoughts you want to share about the play?
I love the play. I think it really deals with, my wife, she has she knows how to write plays that really touch on some real issues. And not only does she, with the plays that I've seen, they touch on real issues and they also provide a solution. So there is some, you know, like some wounds are open, and then there's some healing that's applied in the plays with real life stuff that we deal with. And this one deals with mothers. Maybe one day she'll, like Dwayne said earlier, maybe she'll write a play for the men, and we could be on display a little bit.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Now, Herb, I know you do music,
Yes.
and since you like the play and everything about it, if there's any music in the play, how were you able to put certain songs or music to the emotions that will make the play come out more? Was it a collaboration between the two, or did you just see a scene or something like, you know what, this will go, you know, with that?
Well, after reading my wife's script, I just tap into the vision. It's really a gift to be able to see, know what kind of music will match the scene of a play.
And he did a great job because
Did
all
you
the
do-
music is original.
Did you do the music from the last play also?
Yes.
See, that was perfect. That was really good. Okay, great.
Yeah, my own music.
Now, the other question I had was, does your play at all talk about the sibling relationship between mothers at all? You mentioned the high school age girl going to college. Any conversation or anything about any siblings?
No.
No. Okay.
No, it's strictly
It's just
between those
Okay,
three. Yeah,
okay.
and then we have a dad. So there's a man in the production, and he's not a deadbeat dad.
He's a hero.
He's a hero.
Well, in the other play, your plays do not bash men,
Thank you. I told
but
you.
it puts things out there for men to understand, and it puts things out there for women who might see it and understand men in a different light. So, that's fine. I'm glad.
Well, one of the other things about your plays is they really do open a door for communication.
Yeah.
You know, so how has that been with rehearsals? How is that? Because I don't listen rehearsals. Talk about that.
Rehearsals have been good. We have a great cast. These women and this gentleman, I couldn't ask for a better cast. They are doing excellent, and we have been having fun because it's a lot of laughter. The play is not a downer, even though it's a heavy topic, serious topic, it's a lot of laughter. So rehearsals have been good. We do a lot of laughing. We do a lot of laughing, and some of the characters can see their relationships with their moms or their daughters in that whole scenario. So it's good.
The reason I asked about siblings is because it's fascinating to me, completely fascinating, watching my sister be a mother to her daughter.
Really?
Because she's just my sister. But then I see her interacting with her children, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're somebody's mom.
You're a real adult, right?
I'm like, and it's been 18 years. It's not like they're little, but it's still, it's, and so, those pieces, as you said, with when you were 30, there was a change.
Yeah.
And I'm older now, and so I look at my sister, and it's like,
Yeah.
But what I am grateful is that I did ask my mother those questions.
Good.
I did. I was very nosy.
That's
So
good.
I did ask a lot of questions.
And was she very honest
She
with
was.
you?
She was. Yeah, she was. Yes, she was. So if you go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, so I wanted to ask, I remember the first place some of your characters, the actresses, had some emotional ties to the play. Do you have the same with the actress in this play?
I don't think they have any emotional ties. I think they just can relate to the story and relate to the character. I'm very excited about the role of the father because everything that he says is important. The last play really gave men an insight into women, but this one really gives women the opportunity to look at themselves because sometimes we don't like to look at ourselves. This allows us to look at, wow, what are we teaching our daughters? How are we training them to love or to be loved? How are we growing them? So,
How are our actions louder than our words?
Yes, because they are very
Yeah.
loud. Don't you think?
Yes.
Because they
Yeah.
do what they see, not necessarily what we say.
All the
Right.
time.
So,
All the time.
can you just give information about the play where people can get tickets, because we want to save some time to play
Okay.
your interviews.
Okay.
So go ahead if you want to give the location, dates, all that good stuff.
Great. The date is actually this weekend, Mother's Day weekend, May 13th and 14th. We have a 3 o'clock show on Saturday and a 5:30 show on Sunday. The address is 32B Germain Drive at Abundant Love Ministries in Wilmington, Delaware. And you can call for tickets at 302-570-0566 or go to the website at jwrightmiddleton.com.
Okay. Thank you
Okay.
both very, very much.
Thank you.
We're actually going to, unless you have anything else, we'll close
No, I just
now.
want to tell everyone, excuse me, go see the play. I seen the
Yeah.
previous one. It was good. I didn't cry though, but
Okay.
it was a very good play. And those who might think they're missing something, you'll get a lot out of it.
Right.
So I think definitely try to go do this play.
So we're going to say goodnight now. We want to thank all of our guests, from Allison's Angels to J. Wright Middleton and Herb Middleton. We're going to ask you to stay tuned, because although we're closing the program, what we're going to end with is a piece that Janelle did with some mothers and daughters, and it's very powerful, and it gives you just a peek into the state of the play. So I'm Shauna Roy.
Dwayne Adams.
Stay tuned for the Congo Hour coming on at 8, and we will see you next week. Good night and God bless.
Hi, my name is J. Wright Middleton of J. Wright Middleton Productions, and thank you so much for being with us right now. We are having a panel discussion called Like Mother, Like Daughter, Like Me. And the basis of the discussion is to highlight the different dynamics of the mother-daughter relationship and how that relationship impacts our community, our lives, and the next generation. So today I have some wonderful guests joining me, some brave women, Miss Alta Meese and her daughter Ashley. Thank you so much for being with me.
You're so welcome.
I appreciate it. So I want to jump right in.
Okay.
Like I said, the mother-daughter relationship is important. It impacts the next generation. It impacts our community. It impacts the men in our lives, even though it's a mother-daughter relationship, because we teach our daughters how to treat the men in our lives. So I want to start with you, Miss Alta Meese. How would you describe your relationship with your mother? And how has that relationship impacted the relationship with you and your daughters?
I would say, honestly, my mother and I had a really good relationship. My mom she was a go-getter. She was a hard worker. She put up with a lot of crap, and she did a lot of things that I would say that, I don't know if I'm going to do that, what she did. So, but I would say our relationship was really good. I could talk to my mom, but there were some areas that things that you could, you wanted to talk to your mom about that you felt like I couldn't talk to her about, because she was like, okay, keep going, press in, just do what you got to do.
Right. Like Barrett.
Yeah,
Barrett
grin and
type of thing.
yeah, grin and bear it, right? Yeah.
We teach our daughters that.
Yeah, just keep smiling. It's gonna be all right. So we did. I have to say we had a really good relationship. But if I could take one thing away from something I learned from my mom, was just she was a really hard worker. And one of the things that I didn't like, that I'm just not taking this one. I didn't agree with the fact all the stuff that I saw her go through in her life, and how she would just say, just grin and bear it and just kind of let it go, because I don't think that's a good place to be in.
Okay. This is like a silent sufferer
Exactly.
type.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. Even though you didn't like it, have you found in your life that you've repeated the same thing?
Yep. Sometimes I have. Yep. But you know what I'm finding though? As I get older, like my tolerance level from that grin and bear it. No, we're not grinning and bearing it. We just gonna tell you. We just gonna let you know. And you take it how you will, but no, we're not tolerating that.
So Ashley, you smiling over there. What would you say to what your mom? How would you describe your relationship with her?
With my mom,
Yeah.
our relationship is a relationship. We have, as I get older, it's getting better and better.
Okay.
In the past 5 or 6 years, it has went from like 0 to like 100.
Okay.
So,
What caused it to change?
I got pregnant at 19, and I had an awesome job then. And her and my father decided that I had to leave when I was 3 months pregnant.
Okay.
I thought they were joking. So once it was time to leave, my dad was like, let's go. So I was homeless for about a year or two, maybe. My son is 9 now. I have my own house. I've been in my house for 7 years. So at that point, I didn't like her. I didn't want to talk to her. I would go to church and be in the same church where I didn't even want to talk to her.
What changed that though? When did you get to the point that you liked her again? When
I
did
always liked her.
when did you understand?
Oh, probably, February 26, 2010.
You know the date.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I was actually pregnant with my second child.
Okay.
I got pregnant when I was living in the shelter. I had to, I needed people to help me move. I had nothing. I moved, I think, a couple totes, and I just got my taxes back for the first time, and I bought my youngest son a bunch of stuff. I called my dad, my mom, and at that time, my brother, my oldest brother, he was about to move. We were both in the transition of becoming adults.
Okay.
Is what I call it.
Okay.
And my dad had called and was like, "Look, I got all this furniture for a house. Whoever moved first gets everything.
Okay.
I don't care which one of y'all, just whoever." And I ended up getting my keys February 25th,
Okay.
2010. I called my parents. My dad was like, "It's gonna rain. I know you want to get out the shelter, but we gotta wait until tomorrow." I was like, "Oh my God. I do not want to spend another night in here." The next day, my mom came with her Yukon and was like, "Where your stuff at? Come on." I was pregnant.
Mom to the rescue.
Yeah, I was pregnant. It was my mom. My oldest brother came, my dad, and they moved everything from the shelter to my house. And before we moved anything, and my mom was like, "No, I need to bless this out. I need to pray." I was like, "Dang."
What did that say to you? What did
She
that?
really does care.
So let me ask you a question. At any point did you come to the understanding of why the decisions were made when you got pregnant? Like, what brought that healing? Because she moved your furniture, she was there, but what actually helped you forgive her, or did you?
Oh yeah, I forgave my mom.
Okay.
What really helped was actually living in the shelter. When I had to go to work, I worked weekends. I ended up having 2 jobs, and I worked at Panera Bread. When I got pregnant with my son, my second son, I didn't want to tell her. I didn't tell her. Her friend told her, and she called and was like, "Don't have my friends tell me. The sin is not." And she told me this when I got pregnant with my oldest son. The sin is not in the baby. The sin was in the sex. She said, "You're going to get through this, and you just got to move on. Now you know you really got to step it up a notch."
Altamir's, let me ask you a question. How do you feel, how fragile do you think the relationship between a mother and daughter is? Do you think it's fragile?
Our relationship? I don't think it's fragile now. I knew through that period of time it was fragile. When the time when she was pregnant, and from just several years after that, it was fragile. And I realized now.